Hello people and welcome back to Tom Talks. So the last video we talked about the Brit Award nominations. Today we're going to talk about the results. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And also make sure you have a look at the blog as well. If you prefer the written version of this, that will be coming soon as well. And yeah, but stay tuned because we will be doing some exclusives on this channel that won't appear on the blog. So yeah, stay tuned. But anyway, right, so the Brit Awards was last night. Depending on when this video comes up, it might not be last night, but I watched it last night, so this is when we're recording. But yeah, so I have mixed feelings about the winners. We're going to go into that. So album of the year, which is the big one, went to Dua Lipa for Future Nostalgia. I did like this album. It's a good solid pop record, but as you can see from my facial expressions, it's not the one I wanted to win, obviously. I wanted Jessie Ware to win. I wanted this album by Arlo Parks, Collapsed in Sunbeams, to win as well. And yeah, so I was a little disappointed about that. I thought maybe one of those would win, because usually the album of the year, it usually goes to one of the better records. Like last year, Dave won for Psychodrama. Not the most popular album on the list, but yeah, you get the drift. But for me, it was like, yeah, it was a bit like, let's give it to the most popular artist. But, oh well, it was still a good record. I just don't think it deserved to win personally, but, you know, cool. And also Dua Lipa called out Boris. I'm not feeding the NHS. For not feeding, but yeah, that's another thing. Not paying the NHS staff deserved wage, so I'll give her a clap for that. See what I did there. So, British male solo artist went to J Hus, who wasn't there. Don't know why he wasn't there, but hey ho, but guess he was busy. Yeah, I think he deserved it. He did a lot of interesting stuff on the new album, Big Conspiracy. So, yeah, I think he deserved that award. I was quite happy with that. Glad it didn't go... Well, I just feel like the other artists on that list are good, but J Hus is somebody who makes the most interesting, most impactful music, and I think he could go the furthest. Well, to be fair, I think Headie One can as well, but I just don't think he's quite reached his peak yet. But yeah, I was happy with that overall. British female went to Dua Lipa. I'm not too surprised. I think I predicted it in my last video. I might not have done. It depends. But I'm not surprised. She's the most popular act. She's the most well-liked act on the list. And I'm not surprised she won it. Obviously, I've said about Arlo Parks, Jessie Ware, and also Leanne LaHavis, who I've pronounced her right this time, guys. As people I think are much more interesting, much more talented than her. But, you know, yeah, she made some good music, so I'm not too fussed. British group went to Little Mix. I mean, no surprises there, really. Yeah, like I said, they made some decent tunes last year, and I'm glad the 1975 didn't win. Thank God for that. Whew. But yeah, I was rooted for Bicep, but I kind of knew they weren't going to win that. I mean, they're just not as well known as Little Mix. It said they broke a record. Maybe they've won the most Brit Awards as a group or something. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to Little Mix. I'm not really into their music. Breakthrough Act went to Arlo Parks though. Over there on the vinyl. Yeah, I was really happy about this award. I think she thoroughly deserved it. She's a very talented artist, made some great music last year, and she broke through. She did exactly what it says on the award, and also she's been on Jules Holland, she's performed in America, and she's going to just keep going and going and going and going. So yeah, I was very happy to see her win the award, and yeah, can't wait to hear more music from her. British single went to Harry Styles with Watermelon Sugar. I'm not too surprised about this. It was a very popular song. A lot of people seemed to like it. I thought it was okay. Nothing special. There was no songs on the list that I was like completely rooting for. I think probably my favourite was that Nathan Doyle and KSI track Lighter, because it was just a banger and I played it a lot. But overall, I'll give it a shrug. It's fine. It doesn't make me mad, but congrats to Harry Styles. Although I did notice at the awards, like, his accent seems to have changed. Does he live abroad now? I'm not sure. He doesn't sound... He just sounded a bit weird. I don't know. Do what you want, fella. Critics' Choice went to Griff, which we already knew about. She performed on the night. I'll touch on the performances a bit. Griff, she's a decent pop singer. I've already spoken that I prefer Parsaloo and Rina Sawayama. I think make more interesting music overall, but I think, yeah, she's cool. I'm interested to see what more stuff she does in the future. The international awards now. International male went to The Weeknd, which thoroughly deserved. Made some very good music last year. Fantastic album. Definitely the most talented guy on that list. So I was very happy with that. I was a bit worried for a bit because they said, and now the president, I was like, oh, Barack Obama's got, because Barack Obama has a podcast with Bruce Springsteen. I was like, they're going to give it to Bruce Springsteen, please don't. But no, it was Michelle Obama who gave it to The Weeknd. So, whew. International female went to Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish made some decent music in 2020. I liked it, but it didn't really grab me. Like Taylor Swift, obviously, I think deserved the award the most, but hey ho. You know, I'm interested in what Billie Eilish has to do next. I've not been in love with her new stuff, except the new track. Can't remember what it's called. It's like it's more country vibes, and it talks about sexual assault as well as harassment, and that was very interesting. But I don't think that counted towards this year because there's a cut-off period. But yeah, I'm fine with Billie Eilish winning. I think there was more deserving people, like Taylor Swift personally, but, you know, I'm cool with it. International group went to Hybe. I was very surprised. I mean, I was as surprised as they were. Like, if you saw their face on that, they were like, oh my God. And I was a bit like, oh, didn't see that coming. A bit of a different reaction, I guess. But, yeah, I was a bit surprised. I thought BTS would win it. I wonder if Haim got attacked by BTS's fan base on Twitter afterwards. I don't know. I was rooting for Run the Jewels, but I just, even the fact they got nominated made me happy. So, you know, Haim, they're cool. They make some decent stuff. I'm cool with it. And we have one more award. That award was the Global Success Award, I think, or Global Icon. That's the one. And that went to Taylor Swift. And yeah, she thoroughly deserves it. She's had a lot of success over her career. I've not always liked all her music, but I mean, she's had 3 number ones in less than a year. Like, you can't argue with that. No, those numbers. And Folklore was an amazing album. Evermore was a solid album. I've not got round to Fearless, the Taylor's version. But, yeah, I'm cool with Taylor Swift winning. She's had a lot of success in her career, and I can understand why. So, quickly, the performances. Coldplay. Coldplay was Coldplay. If you like Coldplay, you probably liked it. If you didn't like Coldplay, you probably didn't like it. I've not listened to the new song yet. I imagine it will be fine, but nothing spectacular, as with a lot of Coldplay's recent material. Dua Lipa did a medley of her hits. It was a solid performance. Vocally, I didn't think she was that great, but, you know, she makes good catchy pop tunes. I'm sure her fans liked it. Olivia Rodrigo performed Driver's License. I've been avoiding this song because I heard it got popular on TikTok and I was imagining this really trashy pop song. It was actually an okay, sort of decent ballad type track. It was solid, but not memorable. I mean, it was number 1 for 9 weeks. I was expecting some bit, you know, a bit out there, but oh well. The Weeknd performed Save Your Tears as well, and I liked the setup of that. It was like he was in a box and then it's like all this rain, and he was in he looks like a fisherman in it. It was an interesting look. But yeah, I thought that performance was cool. Who else performed? Rag and Bone Man and Pink performed at the end with the Lewisham NHS choir. Yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed it. I didn't really understand why there was Fields of Wheat. Was it a Theresa May reference? Probably not. But it was a decent performance. Arlo Parks' performance was probably my favourite on the night. I think she really showed her vocal range and how good she was as an artist in that performance. So yeah, I was really receptive and enjoyed that one. And Griff. Yeah, Griff was solid. Griff was good. She performed a new track, which I think I've sort of heard it, but not really. Yeah, it was solid, you know. Overall, none of the... I'd probably say Arlo Parks gave the best performance, personally. If I have missed any performances, I apologise, but I was watching it with my mates, and we were all sort of having a laugh. We weren't fully paying attention to the performances. It's fun to watch these award ceremonies with your mates, have a few drinks, and have a laugh. That's why it makes it more enjoyable for me. And more enjoyable for them, hopefully. But right, that's my thoughts on this year's Brit Awards. Overall, I'm okay with it. You know, I was happy with some of the awards and not happy with some of the other ones. You know, you can't win all of them. But thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for another Tom Talks.